Go.
Hey, Team Thrive. Thanks for joining us again today for our second lunchtime talk. I'm really excited about digging a little deeper on client support information. Carla did a great job launching us out last week with some of the basics of doing client support and the value of that and how to make it a questioning thing instead of a telling thing, helping them be their own hero instead of us being the hero. And Jessica Ward had hopped on, did some great role play. So today, you guys, we're going to go into more adding value, and I appreciate you grabbing us. I actually meet my brownie here today. Gotta love that we get to have things like brownie for lunch, right? Okay, with that, I'm going to hand it over. Jessica's going to go first. Jessica Ward.
Well, hi, everyone. Thank you for jumping on this. I wanted to talk about, adding value to your calls. After the initial eight days, that once a week call, where do you go from there? What do you talk about? A great thing to, start off with is the Dr. A's blog. How you can do that is you can go into your Google, your search engine, and type in Optavia Dr. A blog, and that will pop up. From there, you're going to get lots of great information about featured posts. You're going to be able to see recipes. You're going to be able to see daily tips, all on this that's Doug is showing. Say you're on a call with someone and that they have some concern with emotional eating. You can go on to this blog and you can find an example of that he talks about that, and click on it. You can copy and paste it and put it into their text message, into their support messenger thread, or into their email, whichever way you chat with them. If you're more of an experienced coach, you maybe are going in here already and making a notebook to where you have tabs to where you can see that, you know that a lot of people have emotional eating, and you can go in there and talk with them in that 5 to 7 minute call about the 6 tips for emotional eating. Another great avenue to take with those calls is to do the Habits of Health book. So I'm going to go again with emotional eating, and again, when Carla said on Tuesday, don't be the hero, be the magician. So, ask them out of curiosity, have you gone into your Habits of Health book, gone into the index here, looked up emotional eating, and gone to the page that it says it's on and looked at that? This book doesn't have to be read page to page, and then this also helps them, actually open up the book, which some clients don't do. Another one is for you also to listen to the Wednesday night calls. It's not just about the clients that need to listen. In these calls, you're going to get great tips and techniques to help your clients also, help you still, because you're still on your journey also. A great thing to do too is when you initially start your client out with their order, there is a way to opt them in to the Optavia 30. And if you don't know what that is where you get texts every day for the first 30 days. And then after that, you will get a reminder on your phone on Wednesdays of, I don't know if you can see that or not, but every Wednesday night, about an hour before the call or Zoom, it'll tell you what it's about, like Change Your Mindset was on the Wednesday night call. But in this here that you're seeing, you can click to enroll them right away into that text campaign, which will just set them up for success also. Another one is Optavia. So in the Facebook just search engine also, you can type in Optavia Agents of Transformation, and that's their Facebook page. That's kind of our national Facebook page. Nick Fry, who is a behavioral counseling specialist, does a once a month webinar on Facebook. Today he talked about how to ask questions masterfully, how to say out of curiosity instead of blaming, how to ask those questions right. Last month he talked about the art of listening. He had 3 different segments on that, and that's also a great way for you to have ammo for your client, help them on their support calls. Another avenue is
Uh-oh.
Hey, I got a call. I have it. I don't know. I don't know what kind of cauliflower pizza she's talking about. So I asked her to snap a picture of the nutrition on the back of the box, and to do me a favor and email nutrition support. We have that available. So I would then text her nutrition support at optavia.com and ask her in the email that she sends with that picture of the cauliflower pizza to CC me in it, so that one, I know that she is doing it and taking accountability for herself, and two, when it comes back, it's going to come back to me also, so that I'm learning too if that's acceptable or not for that next client that wants to know. Another avenue, of course, is your support thread in your messenger. Use it. It's there for a reason. It's got your business coach in there, and it's got your mentors watching. No question is a bad question. It's okay. We're all learning. So we're there for you in that. And then last is momentum. I've been coaching now for about 5 years. And you have to keep the momentum. In the beginning, I didn't do the Monday night calls. I didn't do as many check-ins. Well, that hurts your business. And if you want to grow and you want to keep that momentum going, you got to hop on the Monday night calls. You listen to the Wednesday night calls. And if you can't, hop on a podcast or go into YouTube to watch the webinars on that. Listen to them while you're driving. I've learned really to lean into my mentors. I do the celebration calls 7 to 14 days out. It doesn't have to be at day 7. You can make it a little bit longer. That's okay. And last, I remember my why. Why did I start coaching in the first place? Always remember that. When you find your why, you will feel the fire within you, the kind of motivation that will make you keep going while others give up. And then just please realize that you can make the difference in someone's life today. And when you do, you make the difference in yours. And then I've got my little trusty pineapple hat on too, for my last little quote is, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. That's all I got. So I'm going to switch it over to Carla. She's going to talk a little bit more about celebration calls.
Great, thank you. So I love that. I love how you, a couple things in particular really stood out for me. So one, when you have a client who has a specific topic, and you were talking about emotional eating, and you have them, I've never had anybody do this, or I've never asked anybody to do this, but I totally should. Well, have them go back to the back of Dr. A's book and look up emotional eating, and you're right, there's all those little ways of making them be their own hero, helping them become their own hero. And that was something that was really powerful, that stood out for me. And I appreciate you sharing your story of, how you started out slowly and you weren't necessarily on all the calls and whatnot, and how that's made a big change for you. Because I think sometimes people don't necessarily think, oh, it's probably not that important of a call or this or that, but it really, just you sharing that and your experience over the years has shown that really has made a difference. So I really appreciate that. The first thing I wanted to share was, once our clients get established, they don't always need a call. They always need to know that you're available on check-in day, but they always don't need a call. And so I send out a 1-minute video, and I always send it via Messenger, Facebook Messenger, because I don't want it to tie up my phone data, my phone storage on my, on my phone. So number one, first thing to know, they are not ever perfect. So I always, I write notes about what I specifically want to say. It always is about a topic from Dr. A. And I usually, probably 90% of the time, attach a Habit Health call or a YouTube video of the Habit Health call on there with it. So we're going to go ahead and play the video real quick.
Hey, happy check-in day. I'm sending you a video today on healthy mind, and Lisa Castro is the narrator, and her story has been amazing. Her life transformation has really been amazing. And she talks about the old adage that's you can't teach a dog new tricks. And the story is you actually can teach a dog new tricks, but the dog has to want to learn the new tricks. So it starts with taking 100% responsibility for each of our choices that we make. And so I'm sending you this video, and what Lisa's story is, she was in her mid-30s and fibromyalgia and really didn't want to get out of bed, probably I think she was about 40 pounds overweight. And so her transformation started with losing weight, and really continued on to creating a healthy mind and being able to become a leader when she really wasn't open to connecting with people at all. So her story is pretty big. I know that might not be your story, but there's always a piece in there that will really connect with you. So I'm sending you that today, and reach out and connect. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. So actually, they're never perfect, but it's always something that's really on my heart and that I can talk really honestly about. So another way to add value is through the celebration call. So why should we do a celebration call? They are so huge, and they're a ton of fun. So you always bring in one of your mentors, and really a lot of times what happens is the coach will come in and will say something that I didn't even think of. So it's like just two minds work better than one. We're going to integrate them into community. You can never have a party with just two people, right? You always need somebody else to come in to have a party, and that's what the celebration is. A lot of times we always just touch on the 4 pillars of the program to make sure that they know what they are and kind of lead them down that path again. They've heard it from you. They need to hear that from somebody else too, to be honest. We always edify you as the coach, and just really build confidence in you and your abilities. And I always teach them how to refer. So it's important because they're going to be asked, and I teach them how to have that conversation. So Debbie's going to drop that slide. We have a slide that just talks about what that 2 sentences are. She's going to drop that into the comments below. And I always invite them to an explore call. Well, if they're integrated and they're doing good. So you guys, they are 500% more likely to maintain their weight 2 years and beyond if they are integrated into the program and they are paying it forward. And so that is absolutely in their best interest to hear that. So how do we invite them to a celebration call? So I'm going to step back, and hey, Jess, I'm going to have you come back on and role play a little bit with me if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, good. So, so Jess is in, this is her night before call. So this is where it starts. So we step back, and you want to set them up for what's going to happen down the line. So you set them up for 2 things. We're setting them up for a celebration call and to hear that they're going to be invited to coaching at some point. You just let them know those 2 things. So, hey, Jess, what are we celebrating this week? So first 7 days, how'd it go?
Day 1, is going pretty good. It's been pretty easy. I think I got all my meals in, right? The 4 meals?
Yes. Okay. So pause. Hey, everybody pause. I need to back this up real quick. I totally got confused. There's too many calls going on in my mind. So I'm going to this is the night before call, and I'm just letting her know how the week is going to go. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay, so Jess, so I just wanted to let you know how the next week is going to go, how the next 7 days are going to go. We'll start with that. And, okay, so tomorrow, day 1 through 4, what you can expect from me is you can expect a phone call every day. And what I'm going to make sure those first 4 days is that we are getting you into a fat burn. So just give me even 3 minutes of your time. I just want to check and make sure that you understand everything completely. And that's going to be getting you into that fat burn. So day 7, we're going to have a phone call and just celebrate your first week. So I always add a celebration call. And that's going to be between day 7 and day 14. And what I do is I add I bring another coach in on the call. And I do that for a couple reasons. So adding another coach to it it's just fun. They're going to come in, they might give you a tip, and they might give you a tip on something that, I haven't talked to you about. But anyway, it's always fun, and we celebrate you and your progress so far. And secondly, so people are going to start noticing. And so at some point down the line, you know, you can either refer them to me or you can coach them yourself. People always like to be coached by their friends anyway. So, all right. So I'm excited to talk to you tomorrow, and we'll check in on our first day. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. I'm excited.
Okay. So, so that sets them up for knowing that the celebration call is going to happen. It sets them up for knowing that they're going to be invited to an Explore at some point down the line. So day 7, or maybe this happens like maybe about day 4, day 7 into the process somewhere. So I'll bring Jessica back on the phone and I'll say, hey, Jessica, what are we celebrating today?
You know what? I have so much energy. I can't stay still, and I'm not hungry. I'm not craving that cake anymore. I feel great.
Awesome. That's so cool. And how's your water going? I know that was a struggle for you in the beginning.
Ooh, yes. It's okay. It does need some help, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Is
that's
coffee
good. So,
included?
say that again.
Coffee included in my water?
No.
No? Oh.
No, you can have coffee, but it's not included in your water.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Well, you know, your rocking program, you're doing great, and that is what's going to make you such a great coach when you decide to do that. But okay, so next week we are going to. I'm going to invite another coach on the call, and we're going to celebrate your success. So she's available on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you know, I always invite her on the call because sometimes she might add some advice that I didn't really think of, and it's always a blast to have somebody else on the phone. Are you pretty flexible on Tuesday?
I am.
Okay. Well, let me check with her schedule, and I'll get back to you, and we'll set up. We'll ask you a few different times to see what works, and we'll plan it from there. So anyway, awesome job, and so proud of your success.
Thanks.
Welcome. All right. And so that's how I invite them to a celebration call. So it's just part of the conversation, and it's just not a big deal. And they're usually pretty excited about it. All right, Debbie.
Great. My goodness, that was 15 minutes, just flew by. You guys added all kinds of great value. I love that that Jessica shared some resources and how we can get fresh information, and we can get information that's tailored to the questions they're asking us using the index in the book. Really great suggestions there. And then Carla, how to introduce those things right into the conversations. Guys, put a big smile on your face when you're talking to clients. You want them to be, oh yay, it's Carla. And they need to know it's going to be fun. It's going to add value. And it's not going to be long. It's going to be short. So with that, you guys, keep this one short and sweet. We're finished with our adding value client calls. Next week, Tuesday and Thursday, 12:15, 12:30, we're going to do lunchtime talks on the subject of branding and sharing program. Who do we want to be? What do we want to stand for? What about us would be attractive to other people? And then how do we get out there and share programs? So that's what we're going to work on next week. Okay, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.